Good afternoon. Welcome to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. Maff will be here soon. He's just got a few things to do apparently, which might bleed over into the stream slightly. So I expect him to be, fashionably late. Actually, Ozzy's here. Hello, excellent. How you doing, mate? Hope it's all good over there, under there. Nick's here. Brilliant. Hello. Cool. Okay. I was going to start off by just talking about something that I think WJMM was talking about the other day on to do with our indicator. Our indicator is Quadzilla, obviously. It's available here at savercrypto.org/QZ. The annual fee works out at 60 quid a month. I think in dollars that's about 90 or something like that. So it's not too pricey. But anyway, so what WJMM, I think that's his name, what he was talking about was, how to deal with Quadzilla on different time frames and stuff. Now, what I've found to be quite useful, let me just make this a bit more like this. I mean, obviously, we were talking yesterday about the idea of scalping around about the 1 minute time frame, which I did actually do a little bit of those today, and it's quite good fun actually. But you do have to keep your eye on things. But yeah, it was all right. I made like 3% and 5%, and made a little 10%. I think it was quite good, really. Not sure I'd have the patience to do that all day long, but I can see how it could be, quite profitable. Anyway, what I was going to say was, I think at the moment, if we zoom right out, like to the hourly, say, it looks like we, are probably having a little bit of a rally. Now, I don't think this is going to be it. I don't think this is where we go back to all-time high at all. I think that level there, 70.5, this looks fairly likely to sort of, get some sort of maybe a rejection or something there, but I can see either a bit of sideways or a bit of a slow grind up, maybe, depending on news and stuff. I know Maff's going to come along later, talk about the government shutdown, all that kind of stuff. Can you all hear me, by the way? Oh, the webcam frozen again. Bloody thing. I'll tell you what I'll do when Maff does get here. I'll swap over to the other computer and see if that's see if that does it. If I kind of flick between sort of like settings, I don't know. Let me monitor it on this other computer, and then I can see what's happened. It doesn't really matter, does it? It doesn't matter. My head's frozen. Let's have a look. My head's frozen. Right, the audio's working. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Anyway. Nothing. Anyway, whatever. It's not the end of the world, is it? But I will try the other computer. But what I'll do, I'll wait till Maff's here, so he can talk while I just swap computers. I could try doing it now, actually. Oh, it's really not important, is it? Anyway, so what I was going to say, shut that one up. So what I was going to say is, so what I think at the moment, I think it's trying to recover a little bit. So I would say for the moment we might be in a little bit of an uptrend. Now that obviously isn't the case looking at the 1 hour time frame here. So what I want to see this yellow 21 EMA cross over the 55 EMA. Now, of course, you can see that on lower time frame. So, for example, if I go to the 12-minute time frame, you can see that happened, a while ago. When was that? That was like 8 o'clock this morning. So what I've been doing since then is just thinking, okay, well, what time frame is next? So then you sort of look at, you look at the 10-minute, for example. And you think, okay, well, that crossed there a bit later. So you get up to where we are now, which is about the 22-minute, I think. Okay, so 22-minute, that crossed bullish there. Now, at some point, when you start to see the weakness, you actually be in a time frame where they don't cross and they kind of like do like what they did here, you see. it kind of went up, looked like they're going to cross, and it didn't, and it pulled back a bit. So I just wanted to try and spot one of those bits if we start to see some sort of weakness. Now, in the process of doing this, you tend to spot other things. So, for example, if you go up to like the, say, 24-minute time frame, okay, they crossed there. I'll try 25. Maybe go to 30. Okay, right. So 30-minute hasn't crossed, you see. But what happened here? We got this bearish retracement here. So this did what it's supposed to do. The kind of price went up there, hit the bearish retracement, pulled back a little bit. I think that candle did actually sort of go above, come back, and then go up again, which did complete the step 3. I think that's done. So we don't have to worry about that too much. But that was a bearish one, so that's why the price pulled back a little bit. So this has got 21 minutes to go before this candle finishes. So it'd be interesting to see if these cross over, and if they do, maybe we'll see a bit more of a push up sort of thing. But I think that's kind of interesting, So let me just go to the 29-minute to see if they did cross. And 29-minute is sort of actually on there, that they're sort of touching, aren't they? Pretty much. 28. I know it seems a bit weird. It's just something I was playing with this morning. So yeah, so the 28-minute, they crossed bullish there, and then you start to see this bullish retracement up here at like 67,470, that kind of thing. So I don't know. There might be something in it, and it'd be interesting to get Maff's take on it when he turns up. And yeah, so that's what I'm looking at there. Let me just have a look at the comments. You think Bitcoin is dropping today? I maybe. I think it will go up for a while, and then there'll be I think there'll be a drop sooner or later, but it depends. Oh, there's the CPI thing, isn't there? We'll have a look at it in a moment. Hang on a sec. Get me a cup of tea. All right. Yeah, so for now, I'm expecting a little bit of up until we see that cross stopping happening, and that's I'm just going to look at that and see how we do with that. Anyway, right, Aussie, it's all good after several beers. Yeah, yeah, I've started drinking the odd beer every now and again. Actually, well, more than a few actually, but yeah, I'd had about a year off drinking, and it was all right. But I don't know. You can't have a life, haven't you? I really like beer. Anyway, Kaz. Hello, Kaz. Hi, all. Right, and getting my concentration for learning activated and ears alert, ready for the knowledge dropping. Okay, you might have to wait for math for that. I have no knowledge whatsoever. No, I'm sure I do. But anyway, so I think overall, it's always good to hear someone else's point of view, isn't it? Or just have a discussion. I think that's quite good. Nick, I hope for a relief rally soon. Okay, good. I mean, it's looking better than it was, isn't it? I would love to say that I am actually in a juicy long position, but unfortunately, what I am in a crappy long position, because I tend to trade on on lots of exchanges at the same time, and there's one that I forgot about, and I had an entry at like 70 odd K. It was only on like 5x leverage, but like I'd forgotten about it, and when I looked at it, it was like really like massively down. That sounds like maff knocking at the door.
Hello.
Mate, how you doing?
Hey, not bad, thanks. Yeah, finally got out of that. Just torturous meeting that I was in. I shouldn't be too disparaging about it, because I'm really glad I've actually got a job in this economy, but also just in case any of them end up watching this. That person is a nightmare.
Oh God, old Kevin from sales, he's like the worst of the lot,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
And in fact, it's specifically Kevin from sales is the problem. That's uncanny.
It'd be funny if it was, wouldn't it? What was I going to say? I completely forgot what I was talking about now. You've put me off.
It's a disruptive influence, I suppose.
Yeah. Anyway, no. Kaz was saying she's waiting for waiting for some knowledge dropping. I'll just say, well, we'll have to wait till math gets in.
So no pressure then, basically.
I don't know nothing, me. No, I noticed on X you put the thing about the government shutdown. I'm a bit out of touch with that. Actually, is that still happening?
Yeah, because to be honest, I actually got a bit confused about it because I saw a thing this morning saying partial government shutdown is currently there, but then there was also a thing about the like very, very high odds on the on a 90+% odds on a government shutdown happening. So, right. But obviously it's all about the kind of DHL stuff and the sofa deliveries, I suppose, and the ice and so on. Telegram. No, sorry, just distracted. So yeah. You
don't mean DHL, do you? What do you mean? You mean
DHS? Yeah, DHS.
That's it. Yeah. Department of Health and Social Security. Yeah,
something like that. Homeland Security and so on. So that there's essentially that the Dems don't like the like ICE going around and gathering up illegals and so on, and the Republicans do, and not particularly commenting on it to take a side or whatever, but it's that's obviously the deadlock essentially at the moment. So the Democrats don't want to approve any kind of bill that involves that, because it obviously goes very, very against their way, their policy, and so on. So can I comment on it politically? Is it? I'll try and keep it in a non-partisan sort of way, just as half of the already quite fairly low viewership at the moment, viewership like we're on TV, but yeah, so it seems sort of fair enough that they need to be able to kind of do their job and round up people who sneaked into the country, but they're obviously, I can kind of see the point that there has to be some due process there, and not just carte blanche to just go and smash into places without warrants and just be the force of terror. It's so there's I think something's gone a bit unbalanced there. So I can kind of see why there's that bit of a standoff there at the moment. But I do hope it gets resolved and that we don't get a total shutdown of the US government or anything like that, because that would be very bad for Bitcoin and the markets in general. So.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. There was something I was just talking about before you got here. I don't know if you were. Well, I guess you weren't listening, but
I wasn't.
No, for sure. It was just I was thinking about what old WJMMM said the other day, and he was talking about how do we handle retracement things on different time frames and stuff.
Oh yeah. Because to be honest, that was something we didn't really go into that aspect of it, did we?
On the different not exactly. No. I kind of babbled for a bit, but we didn't really.
Actually, you did. Yeah, to be fair, you did cover it. Yeah.
I'm not sure if what I said was particularly useful, actually. But
I think it was. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. But at least somebody did. But what I was going to say was, what I've been playing with is obviously I'm always looking for these. Sorry for everyone who's here. By the way, I'm going to repeat what I said, but in an abbreviated format. It's because I'm always, because I think at the moment, there was quite a nice sort of low here on Thursday. Was that last night? Was that the really low? Hang on a sec.
Sure.
I don't know. When was that? That was Thursday last week, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, here on like the 1 hour time frame, we'd seen things like a green background here and stuff, and I'm thinking for the moment, there might be a bit of a relief here, sort of thing. So obviously, what I want to see, here on like say the 1 hour time frame, or even like the 4 hour, what I want to see is these, green and yellow EMAs in the right order, not in a downtrend. So obviously what I start doing is looking at smaller time frames and seeing when you do get the actual bullish cross. So at the moment, I'd been looking at like say the 27-minute time frame and thinking like, oh, that actually crossed bullish about 20 minutes ago. So then I'm looking at like the 28, and then thinking, okay, well that's pretty much there now. And when that starts to happen, you start to see these sort of bits of the old retracements like that. That's an old step 3 one from yesterday, and
still going, yeah.
Yeah, and these seem to sort of get respected on the way up. It's quite weird, really. I'll just I'll give you an example. If I go like 20-minute, I think. So, for example, I was looking for this one here, crossing there, which it did, and then as it did that, well, actually two bullish retracements started to appear, and it kind of like, and you think, okay, well that's going to sort of like, go above that, but then come back there, which is exactly what it did, and eventually it sort of, cleared itself and off it went, So then you're on something like the 22-minute, and there. Okay, you've got nothing much to play with there, but I mean, you can see how it did that one beautifully in the past,
Yeah.
And so so now I'm on like I think I'm on the 28 now. So I'm thinking, okay, we've probably got a reasonably clear run up to say like 87,455, which is another $500 or so, isn't it? I don't know. It's just something I started playing with, sort of thing, because the point when you don't see that happen, like when they get really close, but then I suppose they're really where they cross, but then they started like fanning about a bit and then gave up, And when you see that, that's like when it's kind of run out of steam completely, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you see that fairly often. Sometimes if you see that thing where they look like they're going to cross, but they don't, then it goes the other way quite violently, So I'm just sort of anyway. I just something I was thinking about, really. Anyway, just toying around with the indicator, really. So weirdly enough, at the moment I'm on the 20. No, actually I'm not. I'm actually on the 29-minute time frame because I want to see those cross there. But there's a good example. So like they're about to cross, but you've got this bearish retracement there, so it's probably going to struggle a little bit there. Although that one's complete now, isn't it? I think it is.
Yeah. So it's surprising how much confluence you actually kind of get when you're like I say, when you're kind of moving up through the different time frames, and just so, or rather, when you see that level of confluence, that it becomes a really strong signal, doesn't it? Because like overall, like combined signal, because there's agreement across all these different, I suppose, like slightly different sort of data sources, same thing, different view of it, and so on. So that combined with that other things, when other parts of the chart, other indicators and so on also agree.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm keeping an eye on things down here, which at the moment looks all right. There's nothing particularly crazy. It's looking all right. Anyway, so purely looking at the indicator at the moment, I'm expecting a bit of a slow grind up, but I think it's a bit weak, to be honest. It's not like going to be. I don't think we're going to get a big god candle or anything, but anyway, that's what I'm looking at.
Be nice, but yeah,
it'd be nice, wouldn't it? But yeah.
I think if there was a sudden resolution about the US budget sign off and things, and therefore not a government shutdown. There might be a relief rally in the sense of like actual relief, like phew, from that point of view, and the price that the whole market just sends. But don't know. It's more likely to just drag on. To be honest, because they seem to have got they've got like so much debt, US debt, that at this stage they can just print more. They seem to be kind of doing that in the background. So it just seems like neither side is probably going to particularly mind that like if the government does end up being shut down again for a prolonged period, they'll make all the noise, bang the drums of outrage and indignation and things, but really both sides are going to be like, oh yeah, whatever, who's going to blink first,
exactly.
Which is it's a real pain. They should just kind of, I know they're meant to be on opposing sides, but they should agree on certain things, just like for the good of the country and for the good of us as investors, So anyway,
God, I was gonna sorry, I was gonna swap computers, and I realised I'm not logged in on the other one. Just try and cure this freezing camera thing. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? Shall we do the old thingy and get on with a bit of that?
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Right,
whatever that is.
Let's do the thingy and get on with a bit of that.
Sounds good. Okay. So I've added a bunch of scribbles to the screen. So let's see if we can kind of work through them a bit. By the way, I won't do the Quadzilla shilling just at the moment, because I think given the number of people we've got watching at the moment and the numbers, what's going on? The numbers are falling drastically. But sort of given that, I think probably everyone who's watching has maybe already got Quadzilla. So let's see. If anyone hasn't, do mention it in the chat, and then we'll spend 10 minutes just shilling Quadzilla mindlessly. So maybe don't mention it. Where are we on? Yeah, okay, so Bitcoin on the 1 hourly. I think actually, how should I do this? So if we look at this is on the daily, so I was just kind of looking at this a bit earlier on. Bitcoin on the daily, I was kind of looking down at these levels just in terms of how low we're going to go. Actually, what I might also do is just bring up the nombres on draw step 2, but that's 1,000. Say, let's do it. And just see that good doink. There you go. And doink. I've drawn in these three kind of potential support areas, just liquidity levels. Obviously that dotted line is kind of where the price currently is. In fact, maybe if I colour that in a bit just to make it a bit more, what's a nice colour? What's a photogenic colour on the screen? I actually need to bring it up. Muddy brown, is that photogenic? I don't know. Let's do that. Just so they're a bit more obvious, I think. Something just bipped.
It's all right.
Oh, is it you again? Oh, you're there twice. Interesting. Okay. I'm really confused now. Was it that one I chose? Can't remember about that. Let's do that one as well. Sorry, I should have done this before. I was in a bit of a rush. That'll do it. So yeah, it's on the daily. What do we want the price to do from here, really? Which might. I think you're echoing yourself.
Hang on.
So good. So what one of you is muted now, I see.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. The sound before was better, to be honest. I don't know if that was the.
It will be. I need to change it, so I'll sort it.
Okay, no worries. I was just going to say though, so it might seem like a bit of a odd question, like what do we want the price to do from here? Well, go up, obviously. We want the price to go up, but depends kind of what we want to do, because the price has clearly gone into this kind of accumulation zone just here. Blop, 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 eating up liquidity, probably opening up new liquidity as well as it goes, and kind of where it, just zoom even more on that, where it goes from there. Just to explain one thing where these came from is over on this side where the price dropped down there, because there was kind of accumulation there, and the price just kind of wicked. I've probably drawn that down a bit too far, to be honest. It's kind of, where's the bottom of that wick? Can't even really see it. Let's just do that a bit more accurately there. That's a bit more like it. So the price kind of wicked down. Even that's a bit too low, but hey. And as you can see, the price is kind of just pretty much at the 50% line within that range at the moment, that order block. So it's that, and then the next kind of step down was this one, where we had a very similar thing going on. That also tied in with this, the price of that retracement level just there, which funny enough worked out as the bottom of that range, that order block. And then the same thing there, just wicks down. So each time it kind of came down, kind of like massive wick, but not as big as that one, and then bounced. Similar thing, actually double bottom, bounce, big wick, up. Again, double bottom, bounce, big wick, and up. So just based on those would very likely be kind of support levels now coming back down. So in fact, the price has been kind of ranging a bit within that one, but it's almost kind of ignored that top one. It's just like straight down through that, really. So obviously we had the amazing retracement level from Quadzilla, where the price of that bearish candle coming down just touched it perfectly, and then kind of worked its way back up, and so on. But also in that next candle, that next day, we got that wick down to just touch on that level that I was showing just now. I think it's pretty likely that we're going to see a further drop before a bounce. And a confirmation of that, I think, will be just if it drops down below that level, which probably around about 66.6, maybe 66.7. So if the daily candle closes below there, then it's going to be probably not in a straight line, but maybe it might be a big whoomp. It actually might be a straight line. That's going backwards in time, isn't it? I'd like to see those. It might be a sort of, oh god, I can't draw a straight line. What's wrong with me? Down to there, and it might just do the same sort of thing as that, just bounce off there again and up. Something like that. But then of course it's like, does it then recover? Did it kind of do what it did there? major capitulation down, major kind of recovery up, would we see the same thing again, a bounce off there? That would be a sign of strength. I think if it did that, so we had a down followed by an immediate back up. I suspect more likely is that if it gets all the way down to there, because we're talking like 60k. In fact, to be honest, yeah, 60k, you'd expect to see a bounce there, wouldn't you? So at least a bit, but it might be a slightly resembling a dead cat bounce at that stage. That's a scenario to scare the willies out of everyone, I think. Down to like 54. Quite possible. I think if it gets down to there, probable strong bounce, something like that, major reaction. But I think, honestly, each of these is steadily less likely in the current kind of, phase of the market, just like crashing down to zero or whatever it's going to do. So the current pessimistic bear phase. What's more likely? Well, we've got that. So that's it. 89.3. Oh, yeah, what's more likely? So what's an alternative scenario from all of that? An alternative scenario would be, I guess, if the price closes above that range. So currently at 67. Top of that range is at 67.5. So 66.6 maybe. So that could be a thing. And so if the price does head up from there, we've also got a higher low, which would be nice. That'd be a bit of a show of strength. And it could be like a sort of, maybe that sort of, or maybe I'll more kind of measure that one, because that drop down to there was about 12%. So from the top of that, 12% would be, I don't know if it really means anything particularly. I mean, it would feasibly bring us up to this liquidity level just here. So kind of that. After this, I'm going to spend 3 hours just kind of practicing drawing straight lines with the brush tool. Okay. So potentially could see that. Boom. And also that would mean that price is kind of closing above the 9 EMA, which I just realised it's kind of got on there. We've also got the SMA. What SMA is that today? That's the 9. That's a bit meaningless. Let's put it to the 200 and daily. I'll fix that as a daily, just so that when we go on to the other time frames, it'll stick. So it was daily there, daily. So yeah, now it's up there. That's our traditional kind of. So I think someone ask what's the bullish target? I think it's Aussie, isn't it?
Yeah, that was
by the way.
Aussie.
Yeah, what's the bullish target, mate? So it's kind of
about 500,000.
About 500,000, yeah, ideally. So bullish target probably is still. I know I kind of drew this in yesterday as well, but just to recap that a little bit. So because for each of the, yeah, I'll draw it and then I'll talk. Let's just do that. Is that too pessimistic? Is that what this would do as long as the price is down here? But so because traditionally, I suppose, like each time we've seen the end of the bull market in each 4-year cycle. We've seen this kind of subsequent relief rally, just as we're kind of entering the bear market usually, where the price rallies briefly up to the daily 200 MA, touches it and then just drops down into like oblivion or whatever. But of course, the longer we're down here, the lower the 200 daily MA is going, and maybe that's not quite an accurate thing. It might be a bit shallower than that in its drop, but still, if it takes us all, in fact, maybe I'm just going to draw that less pessimistically. So it might be more like that. Who knows? But I should probably get an AI to just calculate that properly, as long as the price is down here. So that would mean that if we did lots of shenanigans and bounce around here, that obviously is going to drop lower and lower. But we're talking about this scenario, coming into that area of liquidity there. So if it did that, it might come up, doink that for a bit, just thinking about that retracement level, and then kind of smash up through it. Yay! Touch that. So that would take us kind of 93. I think yesterday I was doing a similar sort of thing, but so we talk about maybe between 90 and somewhere just above 90, up to 95, I would think, as the top of that relief rally. That's the bullish scenario. If we kind of, skedaddle, get a move on and get that happening now, then we're looking at 90 to 95k for the relief rally. If we do all of that, and assuming that historic superstition, mathematical superstition holds true, that the 200 daily MA is the top of the relief rally, then by the time it gets to there, it's going to be more like 85. If it does all this kind of ranging and dropping to lower levels shenanigans first, but that's so in either case. So you've got the bullish scenario or the eventually bullish scenario. So it'd be like 90 to 95 or kind of 80 to 85, really. I think it would be the two top end targets then. So that's that. What else have we got? What else do you want to talk about?
Just gonna have a quick look at the comments actually. So, got new person here, Addy. Hello there.
Hello.
Is crypto dead? Not entirely.
Still moving, but
still moving.
Maybe it just doesn't know it's dead yet.
Space Cat. He never understood the 6-7 meme. Can someone explain me? Ask a 14-year-old.
Are you on the right platform? Should you be on TikTok?
Yeah. I don't know. It's really weird. It just annoys me now. Okay, right. Not sure.
What was that?
Okay. Anyway, right.
Don't know who. Important news. Oh, okay. Paul. Oh, what was that comment in relation to Paul? Is it Paul? Paulo Silver. All right. Do you think Bitcoin is dropping today?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yes. In the long run, it appears crypto lost importance. I think it's a weird thing, isn't it? It's reached establishment status, so it's
become normal, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's no longer exciting. Sorry, guys, but we can be exciting instead. But yeah, it's obviously it was well overshadowed by AI stocks and all that stuff. This last year or so, which it's just that's the thing, isn't it? But crypto definitely isn't dead. It's a massive thing still, and it's just becoming institutionalized, and if we still want to be seeing similar sort of market caps, it's almost like we need a kind of alt crypto now, but you won't see the same kind of numbers that we're seeing now because those numbers are kind of being pushed up or down, by the big market makers. So I don't know, like everybody buy Monero is the thing. Just push the price up, and in that sense, Monero could be the next sort of, or rather that it could, I suppose it could be the new Bitcoin in the sense of what Bitcoin was originally intended for. It's probably now Monero, but no one will really know about it because it's all done in secret, unless people talk loudly about it. So there's that. Yeah.
It's Friday. Shall we have a look at the thingy?
Let's do it. Sure.
On Free Chippy Friday, we gather and munch. Golden fish and chips, the perfect lunch. By the seaside with girls in a flock, we savor the moment on Chippy Watch. Chippy Watch.
Right. Did the end of that take you by surprise just there? Ooh, stop. It's, okay, so what we're looking at here then? Just checking the view numbers. Got very. I don't know what's going on today. Is it just that it's Friday, so everyone's just out buying fish and chips or something? Or
I don't know. I suppose it is technically a holiday weekend in the US. Not that we ever get any US viewers.
I don't know. I mean, it could well be, because I think we probably get a fair number on X who watch from the US, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
And usually, I think the bulk of the numbers are people watching on X on the two channels, on the two accounts. So it could be. I think you may have hit the old nail on the head there. Yeah.
No, it's just weird how it's not sort of reporting anything.
What isn't?
On the StreamYard thingy.
Oh, so you mean it's not even saying like this stream 0, because it would normally say 0, wouldn't it?
Yeah, maybe that's not
like
working probably.
Quite possibly, it may have kind of done a misfire.
I wonder if it's because I swapped computers.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of noticed when I joined. Just have a quick look to see if it's. Oh yeah, it's so on my Twitter account it says it's live,
Okay.
and it says, but it's not showing up. It doesn't show up on the
StreamYard.
on the main profile page. It's so weird. I noticed that before. Oh, okay, but then you click on live and it shows it there. So there's that, and it says 0 views. So
that's quite miserable. Oh well. Well, for everyone who is here, can you give the live stream a like?
Open a tab and show, just stream both of the X streams if you don't mind.
Yeah, so, that's really weird. I don't know. Maybe they've cottoned on to us not liking doing the two X's at the same time.
Possibly, yeah. Should so I'll cancel mine for now to see if that makes a difference. I'll take one for the team or whatever. You're live. Remove.
Oh, you're very honourable.
Delete on X. No, I don't want to delete it. Remove.
Yeah, just delete account.
Yeah. Oh, now it's taking me to edit live stream and save changes. Oh God, I don't know.
It's probably all right. Just leave it. It'll be all right. I'm sure someone will turn up.
Yeah. Interestingly, it had just changed to one view, but that may have been me watching on there. So.
Oh yeah. Right. Chippy. I mean. Showing 5 now. That's really weird.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Don't know don't know what's going on there.
Maybe that was the problem. So, yeah.
Okay. So Chippy is a token that was created by that Martini guy and his team nearly, I think, about 2 years ago now. And it has a kind of utility in the way that if you hold, it's actually 500,000 Chippy now. If you hold 500,000 Chippy, then you buy fish and chips on a Friday. If you post it on X with the tag Free Chippy Friday and a photo with some sort of timestamp like a receipt or something, then you get refunded a certain amount of Chippy, which normally comes in at about between $10 and $15. Although in my experience, it's more like $10 than $15. So that's what it is. Version 2 of Chippy was supposed to happen Valentine's Day last year, and clearly it didn't. So it's almost up for the anniversary tomorrow of when that was supposed to happen. I don't know what's happening with the project, but I believe things are going all right and things will happen soon. But that's what they were saying 1 year ago. So
exactly, yeah, that's always the case, isn't it? So it has gone. It's progressed, isn't it? Because it went from, that Chippy 2 is on its way to Chippy 2 is almost here, then Chippy 2 is here, then what was after that? I think is Chippy 2 is ready to go. It's being released. We're just waiting for the right. No, it's just, actually said it's ready to go. It's about to be released.
There was a bit of the handover is happening from the dev, but the dev's ill. And then there was that going on. So anyway, but that's where we are. Anyway, so it's either a complete bargain or no, I think it's probably a complete bargain. Actually,
I think it probably is. Yeah, there's I guess there are certain things in life, certain projects or whatever that they require a lot of patience and a lot of belief to just like holding out. I mean, I certainly wouldn't be selling my Chippy coins or anything like that right now, because that would be rather pointless. Not even like a portion of them, some percentage of them, just like hold them and see what happens. Either something will happen, or it'll just or it'll just keep going sideways. That level there, point however many zeros, 6. This is on the fish and chip / Sol chart here, because so that level there has remained as kind of a baseline. I don't know if it particularly call it resistance, but it's just support, but it's just kind of a baseline really, upon which the price builds. It's like that's an effective zero in a way. We could view it as that. It's level 0.0, as in point break or whatever, and down here is it's almost like a negative, so I think if the price drops below there and stays below, like closes below that level, I would feel very sad. I think that would just be kind of like, at that point to start to think, well, this project's dead. But it hasn't so far. It's regularly just bounced off that retracement level and stayed above it. So yeah, I think there's.
You right?
Was that in my head?
No. Sorry, I was just moving my desk down.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, it sounded like some strange new age music or something.
I didn't realize you could hear it. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. I feel calm now as well. So
Not now I'm sitting down.
Well, no, it's just like I know. Anyway, yeah. So interesting here is that on its recovery. So on the daily, it has kind of. Let's just use one of these. Whatever. It's kind of come back up to this retracement level, which notably started to draw in. That was back, January of this year. So to do that, just draw it in as a sort of continuation of that. So it kind of treated that level as well, first of all, there's a thing that it was trying to break above and then came back down. Then very much as just purely resistance. There's a bit of that here. So that's a very relevant kind of range. There's a bit of it is a range, really, isn't it? It's probably like a bit above and a bit below that level. Sort of like that, really. Maybe on that kind of thing. So we might see a little bit of jiggling along there for a little while, if anything. Also, if it can get above the 9 EMA, then that'd be a good sign of strength for that, and it should then kind of start to make its way up. So I've also got order blocks and fair value gaps, kind of like switched on. Having that on as an indicator is a bit like when you go 10-pin bowling and you have the cushions lined up along the sides. So it's kind of we're on. We've got the training wheels on here essentially, sort of showing those, but they are pretty handy, so you can kind of see at a glance. That basically there's a looks like a bearish fair value gap just there, so the price is just going to kind of go. But you'd expect a bit of a rejection from there, and it's a funny old thing. You often see this where the Quadzilla retracement levels mark out the top or bottom of a fair value gap. There's often that kind of agreement there. Not always, but it turns it into a much stronger signal when you get those together. It also sometimes explains why you sometimes see this sort of. This is a bit of a segue just into price action generally, but like if you see the price kind of going up into here, into that area, where there's lots of kind of sell orders basically, they're lurking, waiting. So you kind of see that, and you think, because at the time you'd be thinking like, oh, the price is going to head up, it's going to hit this bearish retracement level and then drop, but it doesn't quite get to it. It's because it's working its way. Eats up some more of the liquidity, to say, and eventually gets to that, and then drops big time. So that's a fairly common thing that you see with those combined. Let's leave that. But in fact, to be honest, we might actually see that happening, just playing out in a slightly longer term thing. So I was tempted to say that a lot of this depends on kind of external or kind of artificial factors, like if TMG suddenly starts buying back a whole load more coins, ready for Chippy 2.0, that sort of thing, then we'll see the price rocket. But with that said, even with those sorts of things going on, these levels that we see marked out do end up playing out quite astonishingly accurately anyway. So like this one, this is a retracement channel, and as you can see, the price just kind of flirted with this the premium 50% up here. So the reason that's there is because up here we've got this retracement level coming from way back. It's from there that started drawing, suggesting there's a strong probability the price will get up to here, but to get there, it has to sort of get out of this kind of cheapest chips discount zone, this bottom 50%, and get up into this top like premium zone, and then that's it. Then demonstrating it's showing strength. So as you can see here, it tried to do that, flirted with it, rejected, and when that happens, what then tends to happen is that it does kind of smash its way. It's just like try. Oh no, I can't, and all the way back down, and now it's kind of down here, even just trying to break up through that level and then back up. Also, of course, we had this happening. We had two super downs. Is that 2 or 3? Well, it's actually 3, isn't it? Yeah, 3 super downs in a row. So that's quite a strong indication that there's going to be downside there. It's almost like Quadzilla is screaming. Does Quadzilla scream? Maybe roaring. Quadzilla is roaring that that there's going to be a lot of of down price action there. And sure enough, like all the way during that accumulation, you'd think, well, that's a thing. So is the price going to come back up? Well, it kind of didn't manage it there, even to break through that 50% level, that fair value level. And this is saying, no, we're very much overbought. Momentum's just flagged. So that very much gave us a read that, the price is just going to go blop down. And that's exactly what it did. So,
Cool.
It needs something, doesn't it, to suddenly start pushing back up again, and just show that. And it probably does need a lot of that buyback. Well, it needs Choppy 2.0 to be released, and
it does.
I still have a lot of faith that it's going to happen. I still want it to happen.
I mean, no, but I believe the way it's going to work is, when you do your Choppy claim, you'll be able to sort of like connect your wallet to the thing, and then sort of it's all automated. The actual the actual process of doing that, which I must admit I find a bit scary. But and then there'd be some sort of like staking type activity as well that you can do, where if you hold a lot of Choppy, you'll be able to get a load more. What else? And then there's something to do with some NFTs as well that will give you other privileges as well. I don't know, but that's all to do with the version 2. That's just not. It's about to happen, but it's been about to happen for about a year. So
so the NFTs, I guess, would be Choppy punks.
Whatever
they should call it that. Take that name. You're welcome. These are now Choppy punks.
Cool. Unless anyone's got any better suggestions, could we have a look at the DXY? On something like the 1 hour time frame, because I've seen some interesting stuff there.
Sure.
The DXY is essentially the price of the dollar, or how much the dollar's worth, really. So it's like the dollar compared with dollar compared with the basket of other other currencies. So,
excuse you, beg pardon. Yeah, sorry. You were saying. Nearly said something rude. So sorry, I talking of. I rudely interrupted with nonsense. Sorry. But so you're saying about the DXY, weren't you?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying what it is, just in case anyone wondered.
Right, yeah.
But so what we sometimes see is if the DXY is strong, then crypto generally is down a bit, and if vice versa, But have you got Quadzilla on there or not?
I can put it on. I just switched it off, but I can put it back on. Yeah.
Was that the hourly? Is it?
Oh yeah, actually, it's no, we're on the daily.
Oh, just stick it on the hourly for a minute. Yeah, look how good. Look how good that.
Like this one down here.
Yeah,
for example.
Look how good that was great, wasn't it?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's actually textbook, to be honest, because it's exactly kind of what you want to see, where the bullish retracement level is saying, from all the way back there as well, from January, end of January, it's saying, the price up here, you're going to expect it to come down to this level and then bounce and head back up. So like boom, bounce. Well, in fact, bounce. That's kind of the thing, and then a continuation really of that. Yeah.
So bearing that in mind, at the moment we've got that little sort of bullish retracement down there, like 96.9. So I'm actually wondering if that just might come down there. If I don't know, it'd probably be news driven or something, wouldn't it? But so if that comes down there, that could give, crypto in general a little bit more of a bump, couldn't it? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think possibly, because it is quite notable that it's on the 1 hour. Actually, if I'll switch it to the daily just for a sec.
Okay.
Slightly broader picture. So that's a bit ominous, isn't it? Don't really want to see it the dollar strengthened that much.
No.
But yeah, this was kind of also interesting what it's showing. I don't know. That's slightly sort of undermined what I was about to say. Looking at this, so
Oh, sorry.
'cause no, not you. I mean, I was thinking, let's go to the daily to enforce the point that I was about to make, and I just realised that I just pulled the rug from under my own feet. So
Shot yourself in the foot with
yeah, exactly. Yeah, shot myself in the foot with a rug. So
yeah. Well,
yeah, because I was going to say that the what we're kind of seeing with the Bitcoin crashola, all of this was kind of like in very much in line with the DXY kind of showing strength and climbing. Maybe it kind of is. I mean, but then that happened. So there's not exactly an inverse relationship there at all at the moment. And obviously there very much used to be. I think it just seems to have decoupled a bit lately, and it might be this sort of as we talked about before, like the institutionalization of Bitcoin that has ended up just kind of decoupling it from the DXY a bit. It's now much more just dependent on other things. That's kind of what my thinking on it. It's a hypothesis. We'd probably have to dig into it a bit to see if it's definitely the case. But we have seen cases, haven't we, where the DXY climbs or drops and Bitcoin just it's always Bitcoin drops, isn't it? So the DXY climbs, the DXY drops and Bitcoin drops, when you'd expect it to climb. So, and that seems to have just become more and more the case. So that relationship, because obviously the relationship between them was very much because, well, for one thing, if you're valuing Bitcoin to the US dollar, and the US dollar is now worth less generally, then surely the Bitcoin value should go up. But I suppose if Bitcoin was generally tumbling, or not tumbling, generally in a big downward trend, then we may not even kind of see the effect. It's just that it still continued to go down, or went sideways for a little while, while the DXY was dropping. Yeah, maybe it'd be worth looking at that. Like, so in the beginning, in the first half of a bear market, say, does that correlation with the DXY just invalidate? It's one to just ask someone, because I suspect it might be true if
Right.
you think about it. Because at that stage, all Bitcoin really wants to do is drop, regardless. Anyway, yeah. So
Cool. It's also worth bearing in mind we have got the core inflation figures in 25 minutes actually. So that could do something. I don't know. Sort of.
do we have a web page or something?
Oh, I don't really know actually. To be honest,
I think we normally rely on Scotty, don't we, to post the results in the chat or whatever.
I see for the results. Yeah, well, it's not till 1:30 anyway, so
yeah, we may not.
We'll probably be gone by then.
Yeah.
But what have they got? Yeah, I don't know what the figures mean, but forecast 2.5. Last time it was 2.6, whatever that is. So I don't know. I think there'll be the usual sort of like whipsaw action, won't there? Sort of for a few minutes, and then we'll see what happens at 2:30. Really.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it's usually so I mean, it's obviously tied in with the odds of an interest rate cut by the Fed. So if because they want to bring down inflation, don't they? So if the inflation is high, then they cut the rate to which seems odd, because that's not like throwing gasoline on the fire, no, sorry, it's that. Yeah, that's why that didn't make sense. It's because it's the other way around. So if inflation is high, then they keep the rates up. If inflation has come down, then they go, oh, great, we can ease off a bit now and reduce the interest rate. So we kind of want the interest rate to come down. So if the forecast is right, then it's down slightly it'll be down slightly from last month. So fingers crossed that it does that. Well, fingers crossed, I suppose, that it's down even more than the expected. Can't see it happening though. The economy doesn't seem like it's in a good state generally.
No, I wouldn't say so. Cool. All right. Any questions, anyone, or shall we pack up for the weekend?
I think Ozzy was just saying search US economic results. Should do that.
I'll tell you what's really annoying me about Google and stuff these days is them AI summaries, because they're quite often wrong, aren't they?
I don't know. What do you? I mean, I tend to use. I mean, Brave Search it does those as well. But to be honest, I often use them. So now you've got me wondering. US economic results. Showed strong momentum in early 2026. Well, I suppose it did. Yeah, stocks were up, weren't they? I think the labour market added a bunch of jobs in January. The unemployment rate's falling to 4.3. Are those numbers correct? I'll just fact check it. But the lowest since a long time ago. Job growth was driven primarily by the healthcare. Blah 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 blah. Real gross domestic product expanded it. Yeah, so it's kind of saying that the economy's been good. It is one of these things, though, isn't it? Because like the US government figures seem to generally show that things are looking buoyant. Where we've never had it so good, but no one feels that. Just anyone who's like a loyal citizen of the state or whatever would say, like, what are you talking about? I've got no job. I'm being my street is being patrolled by armed robots, and just things aren't looking good. My neighbour is reporting me for being negative as we speak, and I owe $10 million, and $10 million might buy me a baguette. So just things aren't looking good.
Yeah, I've not heard anyone at all sort of complain about being tired of winning.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. This is like, whether it's UK or US or probably anywhere else, pretty much. These are not buoyant times, despite what we keep being told. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I it's the first time in my life I've actually, started looking at the price of like fruit and vegetables and actually thinking, like, that's a bit expensive,
Yeah.
Where normally, like, those are the things that almost cost nothing, aren't they? And you think, I'll just pick up a bag of potatoes or some carrots or whatever. Then you look, you pick up like a cucumber and it's like £2.50, and you think, oh, hang on a minute, that should be like 70p,
Yeah, well, I was thinking 10p, but yeah, it should be 10p for a cucumber. It's like, but yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's maybe I'm being unrealistic there. That my thinking is like, would probably end up in the farmers just being definitely put out of business rather than just very likely put out of business. But yeah, the whole economy is just so the basket of goods thing that they do. They obviously keep readjusting it. If they just taken out all the fruit and veg from the basket that they check, and they just put rocks in there instead.
I don't know. I mean, there are some things that I buy that are cheap. You know, like I buy a kilogram of like Morrison's Saver oats, which is like 87p for a kilogram. You know, and you think, oh, that's reasonable value. You know, but that's about anything I can think that is actually, you know, cheap. so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Ozzy's absolutely right there. There's an awful lot of that. Just state-controlled sentiment. I think there's a lot of it.
Yeah. I kind of wish I'd got involved, you know, back in like, you know, 2015 when it was like, you know, really difficult to buy Bitcoin or something, and you only had to sort of know somebody to buy it, and you know, you know, it was all a bit secret and underground and weird, you know, and I mean, it's all. I think now it's all a bit too easy, and people just like put an app on the phone and buy crypto. It's all, I don't know. It's got a little bit. Don't know. A little. Like I say, it's a bit too normal now, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
You know,
it's no longer an elite thing. That it's no longer the case that you could say to someone, you know, you really should be buying Bitcoin, and their face they either look at you as if you're mad, or their face clouds in incomprehension. You know. Or the eyes glaze over, or whatever. It's just, that was the time to really get rich from crypto. I think. I know we're saying this on a crypto channel, but so I shouldn't be saying that. But it's kind of true, isn't it? Now we can get moderately wealthy and well off from crypto, unless you absolutely hit it lucky on some just dark horse shitcoin thing, of which we feature one or two from time to time, so it's a thing about having the faith, keeping the faith, isn't it, with these things?
I'll tell you what, we were looking at Pippin yesterday.
Talking of, I
was I don't know, I know I spoke to you after we'd finished the stream, and I was thinking, like, is it when was it now? That was yesterday, wasn't it? I thought, is it shortable sort of thing? And I just wasn't in the right frame of mind at the time to do it, and what happened, it got to like 230.
As good as it went out. Yeah.
230, then it dumped 18%.
Where we're looking, so 230.
Yeah, just that. Yeah, just there. Yeah, I should have shorted it.
That would have been a lovely trade.
Yeah, I was.
Mind you, the bounce. Look how neatly it just bounced off the 55 EMA.
Yeah.
And you know what? Look how neatly it bounced off that retracement level.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That they remain relevant. It only stops drawing them because otherwise the entire screen would end up just being a mass of lines from, like 1,000 candles back in the past or whatever. But the ones that kind of stay relevant are, kind of the more recent ones. Maybe I should put an option into Quadzilla to just do this for the more recent ones. But always set some kind of evaluation on there, on if it thinks that one will remain relevant, because it probably is. It could do a bit of calculating on that. But yeah, that's. I mean, to be fair, after all of that, it didn't actually come down and exactly touch it. But it, to all intents and purposes, that was the level, like, point and up. So you could very much see that, especially because the step 2 of that bearish retracement had already played out, just not very much, because you have to judge it, because from the EMAs it's very much in an upward trend. So but that step 2 played out the bit where it normally just heads down, if you're not in that strong upward trend. But then, so because of that, you would expect the next bit, there's like an implied step 4 really, which is that it would actually be a bounce. You can see it it's kind of like a sideways S. Got to set myself a challenge there now. Can I draw a sideways S? I have to turn the screen on its side.
Might have
So
to lie
an
down.
S, an S would be that.
Yeah.
Can we rotate? Can we rotate these in TradingView? No,
Ooh,
I guess
don't
not.
know.
But anyway, yeah. So I think from that it would be that. It's kind of that, isn't it? If I now delete that one. Oops, sorry. Delete. So yeah. So because you get the down, then the up, then the down. So that would be like step 1, step 2 is the up, then step 3 is the down, dropping down past the line. But there is kind of like a step 4. So if I move that along, because in this case the step 2, the step 3, that bit just kind of happened within there, like dink. You can just kind of see it. It dropped down, but only by a little bit. But it happened, you know. And then so on this, the kind of the actual one was all of that. We had the prolonged down, we had the up, then the dink down, but then from there, actually I drew the last bit wrong, but you know, from there we had the up. So it's like you could reduce it in like so. Conceptually, it's like a sine wave going through a sort of normalized bit, homeostasis type bit through the center, which is the retracement level itself. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the amounts above and below vary, but it is kind of oscillating. Get out your old oscillator and just oscilloscope, isn't it? Get out your old oscilloscope and put it on the science bench next to the Bunsen burner, and just kind of, and it's that, isn't it? And then yeah, they continue their oscillating. So there is a step ... So you know, 1, 2, 3, or otherwise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. You know, potentially. Obviously, the signal would fade. I think that's kind of what you'd end up seeing as a fading signal, but it's there until it isn't. You know, so just worth keeping in mind with these retracement levels. They do carry on for a bit. That 50% level there, that kind of fair value zone, was relevant because I know I've gone off on a huge tangent here. Sorry about that, but just interesting to note, really, that this lower level is kind of like the cheap seats, the discount zone along there. So the price counter came up and it was like toying with it in the upper echelons of the cheap seats. And the seat, they're the cheap seats that don't have the still have, you know, they've had the bubble gum scraped off them, basically. So we're up in those seats, and then it gets up into the premium zone, where everything's plush and velvety and so on. So and within that, it kind of works its way up through. So a read from that would be that this is strength that we're seeing. Well, not there. We're kind of seeing, like, if it can break above the 50% level and not be, because it didn't really get, it's in that tiny wick up. It didn't ever reject from that 50% level, because that's usually a big sign of weakness. If there's a significant rejection, it goes up above it, maybe for a couple of attempts, but then like comes back, closes back below it. That usually means the price is just going to drop, you know, probably back down to this sort of level and maybe further. But in this case, that didn't happen. It kind of found its way up. Excuse me, actually closed above it, and the trend was already strong. So then you could see from that is going to work its way up through the top half, and sure enough carries on. And then the top half of that channel, the retracement channel, then kind of becomes the support level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ding. I like the ping that kind of marked the end of that rabid monologue. So,
I'm just looking what Ozzy was saying here. Actually, So in the next few months, we should see X Money Everything app released publicly as stated by Elon.
Yes. Yeah.
I tell you what's the weird thing is like is there already is an X Money, which is like the Multiverse X thing. You know, there was it's what used to be UTK, and then it became something else, and then now it's X Money. But I don't know how that's going to work. Are they going to argue and say our X Money was first, or whatever?
Good luck with that. Well, they should, because then they might get a bit of a payoff.
Or are they just going to argue about who got there first? You know, or whatever. Oh God,
Yeah.
did you hear about the Crypto.com guy? He bought AI.com, right? And he paid $70 million for the domain name, right?
Yeah.
That would have been a good buy from Namecheap, wouldn't it, for $10, wouldn't it?
Yeah, true.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Anyway, but apparently the moment he bought it for 70 million, he was offered 500 million for it, and he said, "Nah, I'm keeping it."
Just millionaire games. They can afford to go, oh, whatever. You know, turn down, was it $430 million? And just,
I mean, you know, I'd have gone, yeah, all right, I'll call it AI.org.
yeah, it's not AI.com, it's AI.org.
Yeah, I don't say that much anymore, do I? So I should do that. Yeah, bloody hell, it was like, I can't believe, I don't know if that's true or not, you know. Oh, Bitcoin's had a bit of a pump, actually.
Oh,
Why
shall
is
have a
that?
look.
Yeah.
Then I probably ought to finish.
Well, I know. I just want. Yeah, I know. I just wonder if it was because of what Ozzy also said. Right. Okay. Yeah, this one here. Coinbase CEO has announced that he's optimistic on Clarity Bill being passed.
Well, that'd be nice.
Maybe that's what gave it a bit of a thingy.
Could be.
It's currently.
That's on the daily. It should go to 30.
What are you looking at? Bitcoin.
Yeah. Sort of saying that it has had a bit of a. Mind you, TA wise, it simply came up and bopped that retracement level.
Well, it did.
It's gone above it, to be fair, but yeah.
Yeah, and you see, I've been doing my thing of like, you know, like inching up my my time frame just to see that bullish cross. I'm currently on like the 32 minute. And,
Yeah. Oh,
so
there's drawings.
I could probably go to about 35 now, and that's probably 35's not quite crossed yet, but well, that's good. Well, that's
a nice. Mind you, that's flattened off a bit, isn't it? The 55. So I don't know how sustained that's actually going to be. I suspect that's going to be a bit short-lived. Just personally, I reckon it's going to come down, maybe touch that, maybe then continue. You can still see there might well be kind of a trend of that sort for it to bounce off. However high it goes, I don't know. I mean, I suspect there might well be not so much a straight line, but you know, that sort of thing maybe in continuation. We could do the thing. What's the other thing that? It's gone above that now, isn't it? Maybe that's already invalidated, and it's smashed above. Because I was thinking that if it had bounced off the inside of that trend, or put it there, and keep moving it up, it's, something that that's not a very good thing. But yeah, so anyway, I got a suspicion about that, but who knows, you know.
Okay.
Oh, interesting! It showed up pretty much the same retracement level shows up on the 12 minute as on the 30. I think there's a very strong probability that as part of this price structure, it'll come down and maybe touch that slightly below. especially because that ties in with that top, that liquidity, and as a support level just there in the middle, and kind of through. I'm getting a bit creative with where I'm leveling the mouse, but these tops as well. So I think that's a significant level. Yeah, just got a feeling. Blip, blip. Sorry, there. Touch that at the point where it kind of comes round about there, and then up, or something like that. I don't know.
So at this point, right? Say we went to something like the 1 minute time frame, and we're looking for like, where this is going to top out.
Yeah.
What would you be looking for? Would you be looking for the? I'd be looking down in the convergence band of Quadzilla, and I'd be looking for like, basically looking oversold even there on the 1 minute. So at the moment, I'd probably say it's all right. Might still have a little bit more left in it.
Yeah.
It is 2 minutes from the CPI data though. Maybe we should hang on 2 minutes and see what happens.
Why not? Yeah. It's Friday. Let's do it.
Meanwhile, anyway, Ozzy's saying when CZ wakes up, he'll probably dump it. Yeah, probably. How many dead cats bounce? 8 out of 10, I think, isn't it?
It's like the start of a tongue twister, isn't it? How if 8 cats could bounce, could a dead cat bounce? How many? Or whatever. I don't know. I'm not that creative too.
I don't actually think dead cats bounce at all. I reckon if I got a dead cat and threw it out the window here into the road, I don't think it would bounce at all.
I think that'd be a very valid TA thing to try. Like maybe that. So when we talk about live TA,
I'd probably get arrested.
We ought to try it. Well, yeah, I think we wouldn't want to kill a cat especially, but I think if we just found one.
if you
hang around outside the vets for long enough.
Oh God, there was a funny thing years ago. When I lived in the Alps, it just happened that a mate of mine's cat had gone missing, and then he got a phone call saying someone had seen it at the edge of the village, Sharpmel, where we live.
At the edge of the cliff.
No, but he said and it's dead. So my mate didn't have a car, so he kind of phoned me up and said, "Can we go and pick my cat up? It's dead," And I was like, "Yeah, all right." So we picked the cat up, and I had like a plastic sheet in the back of my car, so we just kind of chucked the cat in there while we thought about what to do with it.
Yeah.
So the cat was there, dead. Quite freshly dead, and I left my car outside the pub, and we went in to sort of have a quick drink to sort of send off Tiddles or whatever his name was, and then these friends of mine were appearing. There were some friends of mine from England who were there on a skiing holiday, and this mate of mine had brought along like his new girlfriend who he's now married to and stuff, and like a very glamorous sort of hairdresser sort of thing. And I'd sorted out some accommodation for him, and I said, "Okay, well, I'll just take you around to your round to the apartment then." And I said, "Yeah, we've got our cases here. Should we just go around in your car?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Oh, hang on, I've just got to remove this dead cat from the boot of my car. That was.
I just keep it with me.
That was his kind of like girlfriend's.
That's dinner tonight.
That was his girlfriend's first impressions of like this guy's mates in France. Like you just drive around the dead cat in the boot.
Because he'd probably be like desperately trying to reassure her beforehand. Honestly, that they're not weird. They are normal. I promise you.
It doesn't always do that. Anyway, right. CPI. It was forecast 2.5. Actual was 2.5. Inflation.
But interesting. What happened here? You notice that pumped, but that started bang on 130.
Yeah.
So which suggested kind of either it's because of that result, or it was just some algorithmic trading bot kicking in, or a few of them. But that's usually 2 o'clock, isn't it? It was probably that result. They just totally sent it. So it totally invalidated my theory there. The price is going to come back down before going up. But hey, I'd like to see the price go up.
So it worked right with my theory.
Yeah.
No, to be honest, I was literally just looking at the those EMAs crossing, and currently now on the 35-minute time frame. Anyway, let's see what happens. Right,
so
should we?
That didn't happen at all. So I'll quietly delete that trend line. I mean, honestly, I think it possibly would still happen, because that's a news-based thing that's happening there, isn't it? But from the spike, I don't know. From the maybe that, I don't know. Whether it's there or kind of from the candle bottom or whatever, but the candle close. But I do still think we'll see a sharp thing like that happening, and hopefully not as drastic, but it'll just at least come back down to there and head back up, because it's going to need to close that retracement level, and I think that's a high probability still that it'll do that within this structure. So, yeah.
Cool, excellent. Right, right. As Ozzy's saying, CZ's awake.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Gary Gensler pulling the strings? God, yeah, you remember him? It seems like an age ago now, doesn't it?
Yeah. A bygone age, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we've done our time now. So thank you everyone for coming along. Please do give the stream a like. It's really important that you do. I'll obviously be doing my usual thing over the weekend, probably make a few videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what's that? Quadzilla.
Oh yeah. Maybe a quick mention of Quadzilla, because I think the viewing numbers have gone up a little bit now. So we've been featuring Quadzilla quite a lot today during the live stream, and it's truly amazing. It'll level up your trading big time. And that's kind of why we charge for it, because we think it's absolutely worth it, and it pays for itself like very, very quickly as well. Usually kind of like within the first trade, then after that it's basically printing money. Those retracement levels especially, but kind of the whole thing, the whole package, just gives you a very unique and accurate kind of read on the market at any time. So do go and check it out. It's savethecrypto.org/QZ or QZ. And just very quickly while we're there, do check out my channel, which I just started at the start of this year, Mafftopia. It's all kind of like science and technology news, with regular updates. I'm kind of trying to do at least a YouTube short daily, and then trying to do like a longer, more like a 10-minute technology news speed run thing, like twice a week if I can manage it. But do go and check that out and get subscribed to that. It's good fun. Well, for me, I don't know about for anyone else.
I like it.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's about it really, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right. Thanks for everyone for coming.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention yesterday it was Bring a Friend Day today, but never mind. We'll do that next week. Right. So live stream wise, we'll be back on Monday, and take care, trade safe, and it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him.
Like, oh yeah, that way today. Yeah. We're not doing the university challenge thing. Yeah.
All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Cheers.